I think that is largely why no one's really talking about this film stuff. Yo, my name is Rob, welcome back to the channel. If you saw my last video, you will know that I was just in Sheffield working. I was shooting some live music, and I was shooting some stuff on the Pentax 17. I wanted to see how this did for live music photography. And in that video, at the end, I realized I'd only got about halfway through the double film black and white that I was shooting the day after the show, which is this stuff right here. So rather than just waste the rest of this film and rewind it for the purposes of that video, I decided that I would make a separate video about this specific film stock, and I just finished the roll off whilst I was doing other things. So it says here I am roughly 33 photos deep. What I need to do today is one of the projects that I'm currently working on, like a doco style commercial project. I need a bunch of drone footage. They're for like little short films with like an interviewee sort of bit in it. They're very cool, but long story short, I need some drone footage, and the day we shot all of the sort of A-roll, all the main body of the films, the weather was awful, so there's no point me putting a drone in the air because it would have just looked like you were shooting in Sebastian's gaff under the sea. It just would not have worked because they don't have windscreen wipers on drones, which I think is missing a trick really, but nonetheless, I digress as per fucking usual. So I'm going to take this camera and the remaining however many shots out with me today whilst I pick up all those drone shots, and we're just going to blast through the rest of this roll. I reckon I can finish it today, and then we're going to sort of do a bit of a roll review once I'm back in the office, and we can talk about this film. I have really high hopes for it, I won't lie. All the sample photos I've seen look really sick, so yeah, I have very high hopes for this film. Am I going to be disappointed? You'll probably know better than me because I've been throwing photos up from the Sheffield trip that I shot with this film on screen during this intro, so you'll probably know better than me if I'm going to be disappointed or not, but I have high hopes. I'm excited, so let's go get it. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate this gnarly vintage Rey Mysterio tee I picked up? Very dope. Well, that is a hard no on this. So the wind is pretty brutal. It doesn't seem too bad down here, but the second you get like literally 10 feet up, it's like, nope. Yeah, I think I might call this one, grab some photos, and then we'll move on to take some photos somewhere else. I'm gonna go just up the road. There's an old castle. I'm in Wales, so of course there's a castle up the road. Just up the road there is an old castle, a load of old buildings and stuff. So I figure where else to finish off a roll of black and white film than there. So let's do that instead. Also, do you think I could have got the van any closer to the hedge? Alright, so now that we are back in the office, let's talk about the Double Film Daily Black and White. On Double Film's website, they describe the film as follows. Just whet the whistle. Embrace the timeless elegance of black and white photography with Double Film Daily Black and White, designed for everyday use. This film captures the essence of classic monochrome photography with sharp contrast and rich tonal range, bringing out the best in your scenes from dawn to dusk. Could have been from dusk till dawn there. Like the movie. That would have been nice. The daily black and white film is perfect for a variety of lighting conditions, making it an ideal choice for both beginners and seasoned photographers. Its fine grain and remarkable clarity ensure each shot is a striking rendition of reality, expressing emotions and stories in the most captivating way. Whoever wrote that needs a raise, to be fair. That's some poetry, that, and that's not a product description. That is T.S. Eliot. If T.S. Eliot was into film photography, that's the sort of shit he'd be writing. Plot twist, it was written by AI. I hope not. I really, really f***ing hope not. Now, looking at these photos, I think the word timeless is a pretty good word to describe the look of this film stock. It's definitely not what you would call a creative or experimental film, but that definitely does not mean that it isn't very, very good. There is a time and a place to use experimental and quirky films, but equally, there are also times when you want something that is just, as it says, timeless, and you know that you can rely on it to just produce a nice image, and I think that's where this film stock really, really shines. It can be grainy, but obviously if you know me or my work at all, you'll know that I'm super, super into that anyway, and I should point out that these photos were taken on a Pentax 17, so what you're seeing is actually half frame as well, so that grain is probably more pronounced. As you can probably tell, I really, really like this film. It isn't reinventing the wheel, but I don't think that that's always a negative thing. Now, speaking of not reinventing the wheel, I think that that is largely why no one's really talking about this film stock. It doesn't do anything crazy or weird and quirky. I do really, really enjoy it, and I think describing it as timeless is pretty much the perfect description. Like, I would throw a roll of this in my camera and I would be confident that what would come out of the other end would be good and would remain good. I don't think I'd ever finish a roll of this Double Film Daily Black and White and then regret putting it in my camera, which I have done before. When you use some really, really aggressive, creative film stocks and it goes a little too far maybe, yeah, I have done that. I will no doubt shoot more of this in the future. Bravo, Double Film, bravo. So, cheers for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider liking it and subscribing to the channel, all that sort of stuff. I've noticed just now, it pinged to say someone else has subscribed to the channel, so we're sat at like 980 something subscribers at the moment, and I once said very, very loudly that if I ever organically hit like 1,000 subscribers on my own YouTube channel, then I would hit the full send on it, and it's looking like I might have to put my money where my mouth is very soon, which is exciting. But what that means though is that if we hit 1,000, we're talking film photography trips, we're talking very regular videos. It'd be cool, it'd be really, really cool. So if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. I digress. Thank you for checking out the video. Come and say hello in the comments. Always like to have a little chat. I'm a chatty man, I'm too chatty for my own good. To be honest, as you can probably tell right now, and I'm just rambling. I'm gonna end the video now. I am working on about 4 or 5 videos at the moment. Some medium format stuff is coming up. Ooh, how exciting. I'm excited for that. I'm excited. We're really enjoying medium format and I'm looking forward to taking it further. I've got a cool video lined up where I want to go and take photos of the world's oldest ghost train on medium format film. I think that'll be fun. So that's coming up at some point. But yeah, I hope you're good. I hope you're good. I hope the family's good. I hope you're all good. I hope your dog is well. Do you know what I mean? Alright, I'm gonna go now. It's been at least 20 minutes since I've had a cup of tea, so I should probably sort that. Alright, peace! Finishing out with the vintage Elvis tea, by the way. It's a good look. It's a good look. Alright, I'm actually going now.